Hey, this is Kim.net. My name's Terrell.
My name's Aaron. And today we're going to show you how we built the cap armor, the grease for Athena, the gladiator from Borderlands 3 sequel.
Enjoy.
So to start with, we measured out Athena and Aaron to get the proportionalities of the calf plates and then put them in newspaper to check them on Aaron. We just basically take the newspaper around her leg to make sure that it was the right dimensions. And then obviously we cut these out of EVA foam, 5/8" EVA foam. The calf armor has nice crisp corners on it, so what we did is we bonded the corners since we didn't do the exact angling on them, and we did a little bit of heat forming to get the curve on them, and then put the Bondo and then sanded it down to get the nice corners.
From here, what I'm doing is I am dremeling out some lines in them. Athena's armor actually has 3 layers on the leg plates, but if you look at it, that's going to be really bulky. So we just dremeled in a line for the 3rd one, and it ended up laying a lot better.
Yeah, so as you can see there, she's just dremeling out the middle there. So what we did to be able to actually get into these, because obviously you can't slip your foot through this very easily, is we cut a slit in the back of it. In that slit, we drilled out little holes in it and then epoxied earth metal magnets into the calf armor. That way when you basically brought it together, they would snap together and hold in place. This again is me putting earth magnets in the back because there's a flap on the top of Athena's armor. The bottom, there's actually a slit down the back of it, but on the top it's solid. So we put a flap with earth metal magnets on it to hold the back in place, so it looked like it was one solid piece on top, and then it was split down the back like Athena's armor.
So here what we're doing is we're creating the little flared pieces for the bottom of the boot. If you look, it's like an octagonal flare that goes around the bottom of each boot. So what we did was just measure what we had along the bottom, and we took the 8 pieces and we glued them in at an angle. We used an epoxy resin here. What we should have done was use hot glue. That would have saved us a lot of time. Hot glue works really well on foam. But we put all 8 pieces in, glued them around, and then again we bondoed in the cracks and sanded that down so that we could get the nice sharp corners on the boot flare.
Yeah, a part that we may have accidentally missed here is the top of the calf armor there. You can see that tier that's in there. Those were just, we measured it against there and we put them 2 inches up and 1/2 inch down so we could actually epoxy it to the back. And then we just put Bondo on there to stick it together and make it a nice crisp corner. You got to make sure that when you do that, though, you don't Bondo the flap to the back of the calf armor, or you won't be able to get it off and be able to put it on there. Again, this is just us also continuing the boot flare on the other calf armor. And then after getting the boot flare all the way on there, we bonded all around it to make sure that it was nice and solid so that it wouldn't come apart.
Yeah, those things are a pain to walk into because they flare on the inside, and you got to walk really wide when you walk in those. It feels very unnatural.
So a bit of that's out of order there, but then you epoxy resin it.
Yeah, this is me then epoxy resining it. It's just a clear coat, epoxy resin coat that I put over the whole thing to help strengthen it, help fuse all the pieces together. Again, you got to be careful to keep it on the cracks. I took it outside to spray paint it. We didn't want to do it in the apartment, so we don't have that on video. Just spray painted it pink, and then I brought it back in. This is me doing a lot of the detail work on it.
I think the color's raspberry, too, just in case you're looking to get that
Yeah, it was
color.
Krylon raspberry. So then I'm just using acrylic paint, mostly just black, white, and then I mixed up several shades of gray. You can see in that egg tray that I'm using, I had several different shades of pink and stuff too, just so that I could add the gradients of color that you see through the armor. Get the big, bold black lines around everything, because that's very characteristic of Borderlands.
And cell shading in general.
Yeah, so I was just looking at a picture of Athena's armor there on my phone and just painting in details where I could.
Thanks again for watching. This is Kim.net.
I hope that this helps. We appreciate you watching. If you like what you saw, subscribe, follow, all different social networks. All of our tutorials and pictures are up on the website, skim.net. So, thanks.
Feel free to comment and give us suggestions if you have any improvements that we can do to the stuff. We respond to those all the time.